2025 marks the first time since 2019 that Ringette Canada has amended the rules of the game. This video has been designed to communicate these changes in the context of how you can expect them to impact the game. This video will present only those changes that are substantive. Changes due to housekeeping or changes that have resulted in the rules reflecting existing practice have been ignored. The presentation of rules in this video will be done in plain language. At times, rules are written in more complicated language due to nuances or in order to limit loopholes and unexpected cases. For a full understanding of the rule, you are encouraged to read the legal wording from the rulebook. Under the broad category of penalties, we have two significant changes to share. You will now be allowed to send a fourth skater into either restricted area when a delayed penalty is signaled against your opposition. You do not have to pull your goalie. Teams should practice identifying when an official has signaled a delayed penalty and deciding who will take ownership of becoming the fourth skater. Take care, you are still limited to a maximum of 4 skaters. If you have already pulled your goalie, or you are in the process of doing so, you must take steps to ensure you don't end up with more than 4 skaters in the restricted area. If your team is serving 2 penalties during this time, you are not permitted a 4th skater in the restricted area without first substituting for your goalie, as you are only allowed 3 skaters on the ice in the first place. This rule only applies while the penalty is being signaled. Once a player begins serving their penalty, teams remain limited to a maximum of 3 skaters in a restricted area without pulling their goalie first. Officials will now report every minor penalty, even if it is cancelled by a goal before they get to signal it. Players will not serve cancelled minor penalties, but they will accumulate towards the limit of 10 minutes in penalties per player. Remember, a player who accumulates 10 minutes of assessed penalty time in a single game is ejected from that game. Under equipment, you may have already seen these changes on social media. Players at U19 and younger must wear shoulder pads to protect themselves. This rule applies to all athletes at U19 and younger. Shoulder pads must be designed for ice sports. Goalkeepers are not excluded, however the shoulder pads built into most chest protectors are acceptable. Our rules have also been amended to treat a broken or lost tip differently from other stick breakages. A stick that loses a tip will not be removed from the game. Both the stick and the tip can be returned to the team. Once the stick is safely repaired, and only if it is safely repaired, it can return to play. As tip loss and breakage has become so common, we have also amended the rules around delay of game. When a stick is broken, a player should be given an opportunity to drop it, and delay of game should only be assessed if they deliberately continue to play with the broken stick. There are 3 significant changes to play that occurs around the goalkeeper. When the ring is in contact with the line of the crease, a defending player is now permitted to contact the ring without causing a violation. However, the defender must ensure that neither their stick nor their body comes in contact with or enters the crease, and that they don't cause a greater advantage, such as causing the ring to exit the crease. Should the defender's contact with the ring cause it to deflect into the net, this would be considered a goal. The following examples help to explain. The goalie is no longer permitted to put the ring into play from the crease, only to have the ring return to the crease before another player is able to contact or control it. If this were to happen, it is a violation and should result in an attacking team free pass for the opposition. We have formalized rules around the practice of warming up a goalie during intermission. This helps to clarify what is permitted and put some guardrails around how the warm-up is managed. Goalies have warmed up during intermission for some time now, so please note these potential changes to your current practice. Teams are permitted to send 2 rings with 1 shooter to warm up the goalie. The warm-up must be conducted on the half of the ice nearest your team's bench and does not have to occur in the crease. The rules around penalty shots and awarded goals have been clarified to guard against a travesty that could have occurred under old rules. Simply put, our rules now insist that neither a penalty shot nor an awarded goal may be called if it occurs when a goal scored would be disqualified. For example, imagine a player on a breakaway who is returned to the game after being injured. However, they were penalized and a teammate is still serving their penalty time. Should a player from the opposing team commit a penalty that prevents that player from taking a clear shot on net, they would not have been eligible to score had the penalty not occurred, and therefore a penalty shot would not be appropriate in this situation. Thank you. This concludes our rule change video. Remember, the changes presented here are in simple terms, and you may find it valuable to refer to the rulebook for a complete understanding.